something going in my brain that sends a signal that gets my arm moving, right? And then you can...
We're educating women for a world that needs them. And that means that they will know how to communicate, their general knowledge will be powerful, they will know how to collaborate, they'll do research, they'll be curious, and when all is said and done, they'll be able to solve some of the problems that are out there that we've been working on for generations. And this library is one of the things that will help them do that.
Katie Craver, our head librarian, has spent the last 10 years thinking about this and figuring out how to make this space the absolute best space it can be. She visited, along with her team, nearly 20 other libraries, collegiate libraries, high school libraries, professional libraries, to see what is state of the art. And our design accommodates all of it.
I've always loved libraries, and I remember that being able to have free reign of a library was a symbol of intellectual maturity. Over my career, I've been thrilled to work in some of the great libraries of the world. To be able to give NCS students a sense of that excitement, the idea that your library opens up a door. Libraries are portals to knowledge for the world around us. I love the idea that NCS girls will have access to a great library.
On the normal tan function, the asymptotes are increments of pi over 2.
When people say that our girls are great writers and they're great communicators, what they're really saying is these girls know what they're writing about and they know what they're talking about. And that happens in their classrooms. It happens when they take their tests and quizzes and assessments. But the real work is when they're in a space like this library, to find all the additional resources, to read about and explore what everyone else in the world has said about these subjects, and then they come out having made it their own.
NCS girls are curious. They ask questions, they like to get answers. And they like to do that not just in the classroom, but just when they're talking to each other. And I love the idea that students will be able to say, what do you think about, do you know about, well, let's go check that. They're sitting in the new library in this great space, and they have access to this, a huge world of information.
The things we ask of the girls are so varied that you need to also provide spaces that allow individual girls to decide what's the setting that's going to help me get this done. And for some of them, it will be having a cup of tea in the Sisters Cafe, and for others, it will be sitting in a quiet, independent study room and reviewing notes.
Instructional rooms are going to be wonderful because they all have computers, and all the rooms are going to be multi-purpose.
We don't really know what libraries will look like 50 years from now, so we have to design a space that will accommodate whatever the future holds. We have group study areas, we have seminar rooms, we have private study rooms, we have areas that will encourage collaboration among the girls. We're creating spaces that can change.
It's flexible space, it's beautiful, it's resourceful, it's environmentally responsible, and it's technologically advanced.
The centerpiece of the library is the multimedia classroom and laboratory. We're going to have a state-of-the-art production facility in there so the girls can learn how to communicate with all the technology available.
All the other books that you see around the school will be up here. All of our books in one location, which would be wonderful.
So it may look charming that on Hearst Hall there are bookcases lining the hallways, but it's not the most efficient way for the girls to find resources. When they get into this new library, they will have very sophisticated collection management systems, and they will have expert librarians and technology instructors who will be there in that building. So it will be much more of a hub of activity and resource than the girls have had before.
We're going to introduce a full research strategy to you next week, but there are some interesting collections that might just give you some ideas.
NCS already has a fantastic faculty. This space will allow NCS teaching to occur in the best possible environment.
So right now we're in 2,300 net square feet, and we're going to go to 10,000 net square feet. So it's going to just be spectacularly beautiful.
We've been fortunate to have a great team on all phases of this project. We have the same architect, the same project manager, the same general contractor. We brought in the first two phases on time and under budget, and we intend to build the library on time and under budget.
We have a great opportunity now to help NCS as it opens the next chapter in educating women for the world. NCS has always been on the cutting edge, and it's so important that all of us continue to support the school.
If we can raise the money to build all of this at once, we would save hundreds of thousands of dollars in overhead, and more importantly, we'd have the girls using this library much sooner.
The time is now. The girls know this is about to happen, and we would really like to work as hard as they do to make sure that in September of 2016, this library opens up for them.
I see girls sitting in a warm, inviting space, looking out through these great picture windows to the cathedral beyond. We can make it happen.
What will go on in that space will be one beautiful view of the values of this school about academic standards, personal excellence, and community commitment.